Kevin, back after a 3-week absence and back into the groove, which must be very pleasing for you. A 2-1 win against St Ives Town this afternoon.
Very much so. They're in terrific form. St Ives are a good side, and they've asked questions of us in both halves. And I thought they were probably the stronger side in the first period. I think we probably scored against the run of play. Orange is unlucky not to score prior to that. They cleared the ball off the line somehow. But they've had some restart moments in the first half where we've had to defend stoutly and stay organised and committed to it, which we did. And you kind of felt when you got the lads in at half time, if we could stop them scoring and come out in the second half, the game would hopefully unfold for us, which it did. And we got ourselves in a great place at 2-0. I think then we switched off a little bit and a little bit naive in certain moments and allowed them back into the game. And they're unlucky. They've had a good chance at the far stick. We've had a couple of good chances ourselves where we probably should have put the game to bed. But no, I'm delighted that we've got through it, taking the 3 points after so long without a game. We move forward through the week to hopefully next Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, St Ives clearly came here in good form, and they were keen to have a go as well. It was quite an even first half.
Yeah.
But I said to you just before we started on camera there that teams, they've come here and done that, but you've seen that off, and we always knew that was going to be a factor this season, that teams would come here and be raised by the surroundings and almost like being the underdogs in it when they come to Telford, and that presents problems in itself.
Yeah, it does. It's easier as I've said before, from a mental perspective to be the underdog and keep fighting and batting and scrapping, which they did. The front two have been free scoring of late, and they're a good combination and threat between them. They've got some strong players there, and they'll ask a lot of questions of teams, and you can see why they've done so well lately. Like I say, and everything taken into consideration, the conditions were difficult today. First half with the wind to our faces, and not allowing St Ives to turn anything into goals was good. Getting out half time and then scoring when we did the second goal just gave us that little bit of cushion which we needed. And it would have been nicer to have added another so that we could have won it a little bit more comfortably, but the lads stayed organised and focused and worked hard, and delighted for them. They've worked hard in the period that we've been without a game. It's not great at this stage of the season to be losing so many games and weeks without games, but credit to everyone. I thought we all put a shift in, and I think just about deserved to win it.
Sure. Tuesday night, we were due to be hosting Colville here, and that's gone by the by, unfortunately, because of Colville, their FA Trophy game not taking place today, and they're having to play that on Tuesday. So, again, a bit of disruption to the schedule, and it's looking like potentially a busy January, I would think.
Yeah, it's not ideal, is it, by any stretch? Losing, like I say, nearly 3 weeks without a game, and I mean, these are the challenges that you just don't know how the season's going to unfold with when you play games and what sort of form the team's in when you do play them, and they're all things that you've got to contend with and deal with. And as I said to the lads, we can't use them as excuses not to do well. We've got to understand it, just worry about one game at a time, and hopefully keep getting through those situations and keep developing the little run that we're on. And if we can, hopefully we can be in around it at the right time of year.
Sure. Pleased to get Fraser Kerr back on the field just for a few minutes at the end of the game. I mean, you threw him into a situation there where, the game was still in the balance, and there was a couple of, a late flurry from them that he was required to see off, but you didn't have any fears about putting him into that situation?
Not at all. He's good aerially, Fraser, and he's is and will be a big player for us. It's been disappointing we lost him for so long, and earlier in the season as well. But just hope he stays healthy and fit and is able to hopefully force his way in. That's not that I want anybody else to drop in form, but Sam and Orange got a great relationship and understanding there. They've done very, very well of late, and that's where you need to take the level of quality that you're showing, and discipline and concentration, and you need to make it hard for players to squeeze in, which is right. I've got to continue to look to try and get 1 or 2 players in, 1 or 2 out, and we'll endeavour to do that in the coming week.
Sure. Any news on Byron Moore? I know he's improving rapidly, but it obviously wasn't quite right for today.
No, I think with the players that we had available, it wouldn't have been right to have risked him. He is getting towards fitness and sooner than we anticipated at the outset. So if we can get Byron fit and again firing again. He's another big player for us with good understanding, good ball management, and a big player for us. He's had, up until his injury, having a really consistent season for us. And yeah, you need that, that pressure on in all areas that good players will provide.
Sure. Just to close, next game out then, Nuneaton Borough, a team you know well. We may well not be going to Nuneaton Borough in terms of a location. It's still a little bit up in the air at the moment, which I know isn't helpful, in terms of arranging it, but just have to deal with it with what you presented.
Definitely, as I said earlier, you just don't know how it's going to unfold. It's, nothing we can control their situation. All we can control is, making sure that we've, got all our good players out there and ready to go and fight and scrap and battle again in what will be a really tough game. They've been very consistent and, will be tough opposition. I think the game we played them early in the season, they've obviously progressed and in a better place now than they were, and I think we possibly are as well. So tough game, but there's not a lot between the sides at the level at the moment, and we just got to worry about ourselves and keep trying to pick points up, and as I say, keeping it around that pack and keep enjoying the football. There's good spirit in the group now. The lads are working really hard for each other and enjoying being together, which is really, really important. And delighted with everybody's attitude and application to it.
Kevin, thanks very much for your time. Nice to be back at it again today, and we'll speak to you next week.
Thank you.